Morning. Welcome back to another video. We are currently 4 days post race. Body feeling good. Obviously we've got another goal, which is Cardiff. In this video today, you're going to be watching 2 of my sessions, or you're going to be coming through like a day in the life, after a race, but also preparing for another race. We've got a pretty tough session day today. Compromise running this morning, so attacking the running and the sleds, coming back later, obviously after we've refueled, and going into some row intervals. It's good, obviously, once you've raced, you can look at your splits, you can see where you've sort of, lost a little bit of time or where you can gain time back. You can attack those stations, and then for me, obviously, getting that running down is very important as well. I'm really happy with the running overall. However, if we can go for sub 4-minute Ks on every single kilometre, then that'd be absolutely ideal. We did on half of the runs in London. However, we want them all to be under 4 minutes. So that's going to be the main focus. And yeah, I'm just going to grab some breakfast. I normally have something light, especially if I'm doing compromise running, just so nothing sits heavy. So I'm going to make up some electrolytes and then probably a bagel with some honey and jam. And then we'll be ready to go. So I'll see you at the gym. 1.2 kilometers on the assault runner. Once you completed 1.2k, straight into sled push, a little bit over pro weight, looking at about 225 kilo. Very spicy one this morning, but as I said, we're feeling good. We fueled up right, and we're ready to get the session going. So we're going to get in, do some mobility, some stretching, and then get cracking. So see you in the gym. Quick one as well, guys. If you haven't seen any of the race footage, then go and check out my previous video and then come back to this one. If not, it'll be on my Instagram. So I'll leave my Instagram handle just there. And yeah, go and check out some of the videos from the race. Again, great race, but that's all explained in the previous video. So go and watch that. Let's go and get this session started.
Been trying to change what I've been trying to say. Words don't come straight from my head to my mouth. It's such a shame that it fell out of place.
Yes, ladies and gents, as you can see, I'm actually cooked, sweating buckets. I did obviously the running and the sled push, kept all the distances with the running and kept the paces as well. And obviously was pushing 225 on the sled push. I can feel my body is hurting. I don't know if that's a slight bit of naivety from me. It's my first sort of like come down after a proper race. So I feel like I need to listen to my body a little bit better. Ultimately, a Hyrox race takes a lot out of your CNS, your central nervous system. So obviously the plan was to do the running and sled push, which I have completed. And then it was to do the running and sandbag lunges. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take the running out. I was going to replace it with the ski, but because we've got row erg intervals later, we're literally just going to do some distances on the sandbag lunges. We're going to go for 20 meters, 30 meters, 40 meters, 60 meters and 80 meters. So nice distance. And then obviously come back in later for row erg intervals. So it's just a good little bit of learning for me that ultimately sometimes less is more, especially after a race. You've got to listen to your body and make sure you're fully recovered before going into anything too intense for a long period of time, like a long session like this is going to be. I'm going to get these sandbag lunges done, and I'm going to catch back up with you in the car. Session number 1 complete, and yeah, you would have seen in the middle of that session there, the body wasn't feeling 100%. I just had to slightly change the session. It's fine, there's not too much pressure on this week, just because obviously having a race on Sunday, the body's still going to feel it, so it's important just to take it light. Now for me, as I said, I'm never going to be perfect, so it's like that little bit of naivety from me to try and absolutely hammer it. That's probably a session you probably do in a peak week. So I think that's just my mentality. I guess it's just like I want to get straight back into it, get straight back on improving. But yeah, ultimately just had to listen to my body. We did get the first bit done. We did get some good running bits in, and obviously the sleds as well. However, Then we had to slightly adapt and do the distances on the lunges, which actually went really well. That's a massive part of training, is being able to adapt, because stuff isn't always going to go your way. Like, you're going to have days that aren't going to feel good. You're going to have days, you know, after races where your body's just screaming at you. That's a massive learning point for me in my own training. We still got great work done, but in the future, maybe just to slightly deload that down a little bit, instead of going in full blast. But yeah, first session done anyway. We got a great little sweat on, so cannot complain one bit. It is currently 10:30 in the morning. We're going to head back and we are going to have our oats and whey drip protein on top with some fruit. And we're going to get into a little bit of a work block and then have meal number 2. Come back in for row intervals later. Should be very much so more maintainable. So looking forward to that. But I'll take you along for all of those things at home. So I'll see you back there. Absolute chef's kiss, mate. Okay, so as you just saw, you lot, we've got our protein oats made, ready to be eaten. Obviously in there we've got oats, we've got raspberries, blueberries, banana and whey drip. So yeah, obviously the main aim, especially with double session days, it's important you get your fuel in. A good amount of carbs, obviously got the protein from the protein powder. Catch back up with you when I'm having my next meal, which will be just before I go to work out for session number 2. Peace. Little coffee and a little snack, little apple. Look at what's going down, you lot. We got the eggs on the go, sourdough bread. We are ready. To get this meal down us, have a little bit of a pre-workout. Maybe some dates and some yogurt. And we're gonna head to the gym for rowing intervals. Let's go. Yes, my people, we're on our way to the gym now. So, second session of the day, we've got rowing intervals. Okay, so session details are gonna be 1 kilometer buy-in, okay, at a 2:05 per 500 meter pace. So nice and steady, 1 kilometer buy-in. Then straight into 12 times 300 meters. That's going to be testing 12 times. That's going to be with 60 seconds rest in between each interval. As a buyout, it's going to be 1 kilometer at faster than race pace to see if we can hold that pace after all of those intervals. So yeah, it's going to be a tasty one, but we fuel properly. Obviously we had those eggs. I've just had some dates, so the nature's sugar, and we're ready to throw down a rowing session. And yeah, just have fun really, get a sweat on. I'll see you in the gym. Now I just wanted to quickly mention, I do actually provide one-to-one coaching services. So if you're looking to train like a madman like myself and put yourself through beasts of sessions, or if you're aiming to attack your first Hyrox and give yourself the best chance of a good time, all you have to do is go into the description of this video and my initial inquiry form will be there. If not, drop me a DM on Instagram. See you in a bit. Yes, people, post-workout, look at that. We got a Greek yogurt bowl, granola, blueberries, raspberries, some raspberry jam, and then some whey protein on top, drizzled over, Kinder Bueno flavour, so it's going to taste banging. A little bit of granola in there as well, and yeah. Main aim of when you're training like this, if you're going to train big, you got to freaking eat big. It's meal prep time. We are prepping some of the meals that we're going to be eating this upcoming few days. Look at what we've got here. We've got some beef and some long stem broccoli. Now for convenience, I literally put them with some packeted rice. Nice and easy, literally just microwave the rice, microwave the beef and the broccoli, and you're good to go. A little bit of sauce, happy days. We've also Got some chicken sausages on the pan, making sure we're nice and prepped. I always say it, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. So it's important to stay on top of things like this. They're very important. And ultimately, everything that I'm cooking tastes unbelievable. Yes, ladies and gents, last meal of the day. Looked bland as hell, I know. We've got beef, rice, spinach, broccoli and some cucumber. There's a lot of greens on that plate. However, there was only a little bit left of spinach in the bag and I thought you can't get enough of it. So we just slapped it all on there. Gonna add some salt, gonna add some soy sauce. We've got an early session in the morning with one of the lads, so it's gonna be important that we fuel correct. May have a little snack after this before we go to bed. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this and I'll see you in a bit. Snack, can't go wrong. A little bit of jam and honey on a bagel. Because we're up early tomorrow, I'm gonna have this now and then I'll probably just have a coffee and some dates in the morning. Nothing too heavy on the stomach. And I also just fancy something a little bit sweet. So we're gonna have this now. I'll see you bright and early. Morning, ladies and gents. It's currently 5:30 in the morning. Ready to get a session in. We've got some electrolytes. We've got a nice little cup of coffee. And also gonna have a few dates. So yeah, let's get fueled for it. It's a little upper body blast. And then some sled pull and wall balls to finish. So let's get it. Yes, ladies and gents, session done. What a session with the boy Blake. Sorry I didn't film too much. You got some clips in there. However, we were just locking in, getting that work in. So yeah, obviously a little upper body blast. Started with some flat dumbbell press, then got some pull-ups in. We then went into shoulder press and then dumbbell bent over rows. And then we went straight into 5 sets of 30 wall balls, unbroken, with like a you go, I go type thing. 30 reps for both me and Blake, all unbroken. I mean, you can look at the state of me. Got patches everywhere. And then we went into sled pull at open or at just slightly less than open weight. Literally just using our arms. Great getting a session like that boxed off. It's only 7:30 in the morning. So we got that boxed off early doors. We've got to go back in, we've got a client, and then we are straight into some zone 2 work, so nice and simple for the rest of the day. I'm just going to make myself some oats, and then yeah, get into some zone 2. Let's go. Look at that for a masterpiece. Ha ha, whey drip. Come on. Yes, you lot. I'm just about to sit down and tuck into my post-workout meal. We've also got sourdough, 5 eggs, some spinach, and some cucumber as well. But yeah, as you would have seen, I just did an easy 45 minutes in zone 2 on the bike to finish off today's training. I'm actually going to sign the video out here, back into programming from Monday. So obviously I hope you've enjoyed the past 2 days worth of training and eating. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments about diet, nutrition. If you've got any questions at all, then let me know. Yeah, as I said, I'm going to sign the video out here, guys. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.